I've been learning things about vacuum pumps. One of the things I learned was that, well, in this particular model, which is a good pump generally, I should have emptied it out and got it out, but underneath here, this is where the oil is, and underneath here there's a screw that lets into the sump, and unbeknownst to me, inside the sump there's actually a little raised bit, which is where the thread of the nut goes, or the screw bolt goes in, which means that the hole is above the bottom of here. And if you just leave it flat when you drain it out, it doesn't drain everything out. And because it had some water in it, and oil sits on top of water, I got the oil out and accidentally left it sitting on the shelf for about 9 months with water in it. When I got it out, it just was not working properly. But luckily a friend of mine is an engineer, and he's managed to put it back together again. We took it all apart and had a look inside the vanes and discovered that 2 of the springs had rusted completely through and were no longer pushing the vanes out against the inside of the cylinder properly. And we had a bit of trouble aligning it to get it to turn over while it was, well, when we'd put it back together, and he persisted and managed to get it working. And I have actually seen 15 microns at here with my gauge on there, which is what it's spec'd for. So I thought I'd have another play with high voltage in my vacuum chamber with it. Now this has actually been here for nearly 2 weeks. It has taken me to get it down to, let's see, 68 microns it is at the moment. And that's essentially because I 3D printed the supports for these magnets. So the idea here is that they've got the diodes on here, so we've got positive at the top and negative at the bottom, and then with that all evacuated, the magnets should direct the electrons into a spot, theoretically. We'll see. But yeah, so I 3D printed this, and it turns out, which makes sense, that 3D prints are completely chocker with air, but it's all trapped in between the layers and stuff, and it just took a really, really long time to suck it all out. But it's done now, so I've wired it up, and let's see what it looks like. So it's only just got the Variac on. It's going to be maybe 1,000 volts, I don't know, but it's got quite a nice little glow on the bottom here, and you can see the electrons disappear into that hole. You can see my electrode at the top is slightly off center, but it's pushing everything through there anyway. And then in the bottom here we get this lovely glow where they're all pushing in together. And that's getting up to full voltage. Let's reverse it and see if it looks any different. Yeah, swap the diodes around, so now the negative end is at the top and the positive is at the bottom. Oh yeah. So where it was all glowing at the bottom last time, now the glow is all around the electrode at the top, which makes sense. The roles have been reversed, and I'm not seeing the same striations that I was before, and in fact that's making the entire chamber glow. That is quite different. The pressure's changed a little bit as well, because this does heat up the little bit of air that is left in there. I noticed last time I did this, it was about 100 microns when I fired it up, and it was sitting at just under 300 when I turned it off, and that was only on for a few seconds. But I think I might turn that off. I don't want it to start melting the rubber stop at the top there, but that was very pretty. Hopefully it comes out nicely on the video. Let's try it with AC, see how much difference that makes. Alright, no diodes. Pretty much instant light up again. So now we've got the glow at both ends, and you can still see that the magnets are directing it, and we've got that little obble underneath that we had when the positive was on the top. Definitely not lighting up anywhere near as much as it was in the last setup, with the positive at the bottom and the negative at the top. But got a bit of a glow on. See a few little striations in the top there. I don't know if they're going to come through. It looks like it's actually blanking out the sensor. But yeah, AC, different again. So while I was just winding it down, I noticed that there is a point here where it's got this really nice little ball. It's just sitting in the middle of the magnets there. I turn the voltage up. Yeah, I thought that looks quite cool. Let's see it from underneath. Yeah,